Hello out there, and get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Utah Jazz against the Los Angeles Lakers here on their home floor in LA. Here with Grant Hill, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. Tonight we've got a special treat. Our NBA insider, Shams Charania, sitting in with us as well. Shams, glad you could be here tonight.
Of course, BA, I'm glad to be a part of this crew. This is a pretty big-time group I'm a part of right now, BA.
Yeah, well, good luck getting the word in, my friend. We are now into November, so let's check in on the standings in the Western Conference. Taking a look at Los Angeles, still early, but they have the third best record in the conference. And of course, the Utah Jazz, currently a ways below.
When I look at the Lakers, they've just been relentless coming out of the gates. And what I love is that everyone is focused. You couldn't have asked for a better start.
Yeah, and it's to no one's surprise. This is a well-run, well-coached organization. They have a strong culture. They're going to be a tough out for anyone.
The starters for Utah. Vyacheslav Mikhailuk is out there with George. Then it's Bailey, then it's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Markkanen in at the power forward position. And for Los Angeles, LeBron and Hachimura in at the forward slots. Luka and Reeves are the 1 and the 2. And it's Ayton in at the center, filling out the middle. Doncic, good. And we knew the Lakers had some work to do to balance this roster over the summer, Shams.
Yeah, the Luka trade was widely regarded as a steal, but that came right at the trade deadline, BA, so there was not much time to adjust and find the role players necessary. So now they've had a full offseason to fine-tune the roster, fine-tune the fit, so they find their center of the future in DeAndre Ayton, a good wing in Jake LaRavia, and also former Defensive Player of the Year, Marcus Smart.
And can we talk about Luka's revenge body?
He's definitely looking a lot more slim, BA.
And it's Hachimura missing. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. Down low. Rejected by James.
Oh, you gotta be careful around the basket because James will turn these shots right back at you.
And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And here's Bailey for 3.
Don't underestimate James defensively. He can put the clamps on you when he wants.
Doncic passes to James. Ayton, it's good on the putback.
Yeah, I can't tell you what a difference second chance points make in a game. That can be the factor that swings the outcome.
And one thing you can say about today's NBA, Shams, it keeps you guessing.
Oh, does it? I mean, this is an era of wide open competition. We've seen the flattening of the lottery odds, the big comebacks, especially in the playoffs this past year, a different champion each season. These are exciting times to be sure, and I think continuingly with this collective bargaining agreement, we're going to see more and more parity in the league.
And a year-round news cycle, which is good for you.
I'll be ready, BA. You know this is much more fun for me.
And here's Bailey for 3. Nurkic against Ayton. Nurkic passes to Markkanen. Just 5 to shoot. Here's George. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. The Lakers have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Pass to Hachimura. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Here's Bailey. He's covered by Reeves. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Here's Doncic. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
And going right through the contact, Luka has tremendous strength, especially for a guy who handles the ball so much.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw tonight. Shams, a personal question for you. This is just about the industry in general. I know you have all these sources. You don't reveal your sources. No good journalist does. But what's in it for them?
You know, BA, I'm going to tell you guys because this is a nice family environment here at the desk. It's always something for me. 365, 24/7. These are real relationships. It's always a two-way street when it comes to whether it's a source or a relationship that I have in this industry. And right now, more than ever, it's a relationship business. You can't just show up when you need someone. And so for me, I go every day and try to build the best relationships I can.
Hey, and let's face it, we're in the entertainment industry. And how entertaining is it to get a scoop from Shams?
Come on now, we're all waiting for it.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, a big win here or there can really sustain a rebuilding team, and Utah coach Will Hardy said the results matter in order to keep belief in your process, seeing the work pay off. The building of a team doesn't happen in one day. The players are staying with it, and they deserve all of the credit for that. Back to you guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks for the report.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Some changes now for the Lakers. Hayes is checked in for Hachimura, and Smart subbed in for Reeves. And a switch here also for Utah. Filipowski, he's checked in for Bailey. Some around the league, Shams, saying the Big Three super team era is done. You see it that way?
Listen, BA, the latest CBA clearly is designed to spread talent around the league, clearly is designed for parity around the league, but I really feel like the super team era really came and went pretty quickly. You saw Miami with their Big Three win it all. Kevin Durant to Golden State was really a one-off product of the salary cap spike in 2016. That's been about it. It's been about parity, but you still do need a couple stars in today's NBA to win.
And so Markkanen will bring it up for Utah. They trail by one, and their first look at this year's Lakers squad. Ayton against Nurkic. 5 on the clock. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
So capable of overwhelming you. Nurkic is terrific at maintaining his focus and balance on these tough finishes.
Ayton passes to Doncic, and there's the lob, and Doncic with the jam.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect. Doncic against George. Nurkic, a screen on Doncic. It's Markkanen on the wing. Up again. Controls the rebound and the putback.
And for Nurkic, one of his key attributes, the ability to keep the play alive on the glass.
James, outside. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. Smart with the bucket.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
And here's Markkanen, coming off an unbelievable high-scoring game. There's the three. No good. Misses at the buzzer. 1 quarter in the books. And it's been a close one. Lakers ahead, up 2. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
Jared Vanderbilt out there with Jake LaRavia. Then there's Marcus Smart, then it's Austin Reeves, and it's Hayes in at the center position. That's the group for the Lakers to kick off the second quarter.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
The Lakers in the lead. All right, chums, I got to ask you a personal question here. You know, screen time, that pops up on your cell phone. When your phone gives you that usage report, I assume that daily average is in double digits?
BA, I haven't looked. I don't want to look, to be honest. I'm clearly a power user, that's for sure. I think I would be ashamed of the screen time I have. Speaking of which, BA, do we have any outlets here at the desk? Can I charge my phone right now? Oh, wait, it's right here. Never mind. I gotta be in.
The Shams carbon footprint. It's impressive. We got to get our news, though. Time to go courtside and hear what's going on with Ace Bailey. What are they telling you, Allie?
Guys, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Utah. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. They've decided this is an injury that can be played through, but we'll see if it's a limiting factor. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks.
Well, that's a big setback for him and his team. But look, with all the advances in sports medicine, training staffs are so good these days. We've seen guys recover from this type of injury and come back even better.
The three is up. Hendricks, no good. The Lakers have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Laravia, left side. Outside Reeves. Vanderbilt with a screen. And the call will be against Austin Reeves. That's his first foul. The last 7 league MVPs born outside the United States, Shams. The game is going global. What's next?
So, BA, Adam Silver cited this statistic. 5 years from now, over 40% of the youth of the world will live in Africa. I think we'll see a lot of investment in developing that talent, not to mention captivating fans in that market, but really around the world. That's what the NBA is, a global sport.
Do you think we'll see teams, divisions, possibly groups of teams in certain areas around the world that'll be part of the NBA?
NBA Europe is very much in the works. There could be a real league there with the NBA.
Hachimura's checked in for the Lakers. LeBron comes in for Reeves. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Utah. And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. That's tipped. Oh, it's stolen by Doncic. Pass to James. There's the triple. There, LeBron for 3.
From the corner, LeBron so versatile offensively.
Here's Mikhailuk. Now here's Nurkic. For 3, Collier. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. James has got his 4th rebound in this one. And Shams with younger teams like OKC taking the reins. New stars for fans to get acquainted with. Any concern there for the league?
You know, BA, I think the parity in all these young up-and-coming players is good, and it would probably be more of a concern if these young teams weren't as formidable. But listen, stars like LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, they have had their heyday. You want to see that next generation of players ready to carry the mantle, whether that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Luka Doncic, Cooper Flag, the list goes on.
The Lakers lead by 7. Fires for 3. And the Lakers hit again from deep.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Utah has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Pass to Bailey. Utah moving the ball around. Mikhailuk, the pass to Bailey. Clock at 6. Nurkic, a screen on Doncic. Markkanen for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Markkanen's got 5 points.
Markkanen is a shooter. Comes right back down to answer the 3 on the other end.
All right, Shams, we know you got to hop back on your phone in case you have to break any news. Thank you for being with us here tonight. Great stuff.
Happy to be here, BA. Thank you.
And as always, Shams with some great stuff there. I'll tell you what, this guy knows all when it comes to the NBA.
No doubt, Shams is the guy when you're looking for the inside scoop. So well connected and respected around the league.
James with a steal. Doncic on the wing, launches a 3. Utah grabs the miss. Nurkic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Markkanen outside. Inside, here's Collier. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's now only a 5-point Los Angeles lead.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Out to Hachimura, three-pointer. Rebound, Utah. Well, they put up a nice win against Chicago last time out.
And they got into a consistent offensive flow, largely because the defense they were facing was poor.
Yeah, but even against weak defense, your execution still matters. Luckily, they were able to take advantage.
Oh, it's stolen by Hachimura. Fires from way outside. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's Los Angeles. They lead by 5. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Get ready for your Pocket Bite Arena Entertainment.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far. Well, before we move on to the next part of the show, hey, Jet, you get enough sleep last night?
Why are you asking? I'm a little tired, but I'm a busy man, Ernie. I got a lot going on, but I'm here. Like, what's going on? I'm ready. What are we doing here?
We're on now, but don't worry about it.
Turning back now to our game, lots of positives in that first half for the Lakers.
The energy in their hometown is electric, man. You can tell these players are loving the positive attitudes and feeding off them. I expect them to sustain this enthusiasm.
Yeah, I mean, these fans just love this team. Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. LeBron James has been exceptional here, guys.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
And Grant, when talking about certain players, we hear expressions like, he does the little things, or he does the dirty work. What does all that mean exactly?
It's about what doesn't show up in the box score. Setting good screens, winning those 50-50 balls, hustling back on defense. Often, it's just as important as putting up those points.
Kicking off the second half, here's Will Hardy's 5. Yusuf Nurkic is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then there's Keontae George. Then it's Sviatoslav Mikhailu. And it's Bailey in at the 3.
It's always good to see Ayton going up strong, using his physical gifts.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, LeBron wants his respect. He said the work that goes into still playing at this level has to be respected. They say, would you rather be loved or respected? For me, it's always about respect. People can lie and say they love you, but you can always gauge when someone is not respecting you. BA, back to you.
He's earned it. Allie, thank you.
What touch from LeBron. Almost unrivaled in terms of different finishes in the paint.
And Markkanen with the stuff.
And you have to love the focus. He gets hit, but converts it anyway.
For Lauri Markkanen, a really talented scorer, Stan. How do you think he's fared with more responsibility?
I think he's done very well. He's a prototypical stretch 4 who scores at an efficient rate, and with his elevated role, he's just grown in his confidence.
Well, Lauri Markkanen comes from a family full of athletes.
Oh, yes, indeed, B.A. Lauri's mom and dad were both pro basketball players, and so was one of his brothers. And his other brother is a professional soccer player, so it definitely runs in the family.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
It's T-shirt time. Let's see who wants one. Let's go crazy.
And a check on the league leaders now with the top shooting teams over the previous 10. The 4th spot held by the Lakers.
Well, their offensive efficiency was really impressive during the last month. They're looking to carry that momentum into this one.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Nurkic finds George. Back to Nurkic. No good. Ooh, excellent D there from Ayton. Los Angeles leading by 6. And stolen by Markkanen. To the paint. And he goes in for the dunk.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, no doubt about it. LeBron is in attack mode tonight. He's looking to score every time he touches the ball.
George passes to Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. A step-back shot. Again, the Lakers score.
And right now, that's 5 buckets in a row. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the break.
11 feet out. The Lakers with a rebound.
And they need his offense right now, but his shot is just not falling.
And Ayton, throw it down.
The big fella, Ayton, suspended in the air as he's creating.
What a sensational move captured from the connected cam, sponsored by AT&T. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Pass to Nurkic. Back to George. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup. George has got 6.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Now, here is James. LeBron going downhill to the middle. Here's Reeves. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
And that's Reeves. I mean, he'll sneak in there and create offense.
Los Angeles shooting their second and third shots at the line here. And a contract extension this summer for Jazz head coach Will Hardy.
Well, one of the youngest head coaches in the league. He has the respect of all of the other head coaches. He's part of that Spurs coaching tree, and his extension runs through 2031, which is a nice commitment from the Jazz. Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
George against Smart. George passes to Nurkic. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Taking a look at some numbers here for Austin Reeves.
And he's had a rough past 5 games. He's had trouble finding his offensive rhythm and just hasn't been as effective as he'd like to be on that end. But this is something all players go through, and I'm sure he'll fight his way back.
Hayes is checked in for Reeves. And Utah with a change here, too. Hendricks is checked in for Nurkic. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. For 3, James. They grab their own miss. And the shot goes down. Ayton's got 6 here in the quarter.
And they're shooting with much more confidence here in the second half. The field goal percentage is now over 50%.
And so Will Hardy calls a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan.
We need you to rise up, get down,
Some changes for Los Angeles. Vanderbilt's checked in for Ayton. LaRavia comes in for LeBron. And Austin Reeves is subbed in for Luka Doncic. Pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Hendricks. The 3. And it's LaRavia with a rebound. The Lakers lead by 10. Smart outside. We've got 1:23 left in the third quarter of the game. And Smart nails the triple.
And they just continue to sharpen their offense here in the second half.
Pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Bailey. George outside. Here's Mikhailuk. Defended by Smart. 5 to shoot. George for 3. And it's LaRavia with a rebound.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Vanderbilt finds Reeves. Here's Smart. That shot off. Jazz trail by 13. And there's a pick to the inside, looking to win the run. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Yeah, every coach wants assisted buckets. Guys like George, they move the ball.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clock. Pass to Smart. From the left block. That doesn't go either for Smart.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but they're in the lead, and that's the only thing that matters.
Right wing. Here's Bailey. Over Reeves. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. Back to the game after this break. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Jared Vanderbilt out there with Hayes. Then it's Jake LaRavia. Then there's Marcus Smart, and it's Reeves in at the 2. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. To the wing on the left. Here's Hendricks. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. LaRavia outside. Outside Vanderbilt. Pass to Reeves. Lets it go from 14. Utah grabs the miss.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Chalk up 2 there.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. And stolen by Markkanen. Over to the left wing. Down low. Here's Sensabaugh. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair. Austin Reeves picks one up. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Los Angeles?
Well, the defense hasn't done nearly a good enough job of getting back in transition, and they've taken advantage, racking up fast break points against them.
Well, another thing they've been doing right in this one is making the most of turnovers. Lots of points for them tonight off of them.
Here's what Los Angeles is going with right now. Kleba, he's checked in for Vanderbilt. Connect comes in for Reeves. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Smart. Jazz trail by 10. Here's Collier. There's a screen by Nurkic. To the paint. That shot off the mark. Some solid defense from Hayes. Pass to Kleba, and here's Doncic. From the arc. The rebound by Filipowski.
Sometimes it's just not your night. Fortunately, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And Nurkic throws it down.
Oh, too easy for Nurkic. A big man who goes up strong. You have to meet him at the rim and counter his aggression.
And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Here's what Los Angeles is going with right now. Aiden, he's checked in for Kleba, and James is subbed in for LaRavia. Then for Utah, Bailey's checked in for Filipowski. Mikhailu comes in for Sensabaugh, and it's George in for Collier. Markkanen, it's rebounded by Los Angeles. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Doncic passes to Aiden, and he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Yeah, he has so much size. Aiden forcing the defense to collapse on him and gets to the line.
And he makes a first. Some changes for Los Angeles. Hachimura comes in for Hayes, and Austin Reeves is subbed in for Connect. And so he makes both from the line.
Well, look, he's a double-double machine. DeAndre Ayton gives this team something every team needs: size.
There's a screen by Nurkic. Oh, missed on the tray.
Well, and after making just one triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half. Well, he had 6 points from beyond the arc in the first half, but yet to get it going here in the second.
Misses the three. And so it's James with it. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. Now Doncic from deep. Luka, lethal.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
From downtown, booyah! He sinks the triple.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Hachimura. Oh, ho, ho! That's a man on a mission right there.
Well, LeBron knows how to share the load. He's always getting other guys involved out there on the floor.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Hachimura against Markkanen. Outside George. And he drives in. Oh, it's stolen by Doncic. Here's Hachimura. No one near him. That one's in there.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
6 to shoot. 11-footer is good.
And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Lakers.
It was stop and go for them along the way, but they finally seized full control of this game.
BA, the scoreboard definitely doesn't tell the whole story. They were able to pull things together when things got tough, and of course, they closed strong.
And this will push their total wins for the year up to 11.
And against a familiar opponent, it's nice to establish a psychological advantage with the win in the first game.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for LeBron James.
And how about his defense in this one? He was just wreaking havoc and racking up the steals. Really tremendous effort on that end.
Oh, he finished it off. A beauty of a pass.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Nurkic outside. Here's George. So it's the Lakers easily grabbing this one. We saw two different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
All right, to Allie LaForce with our player of the game.
LeBron, you've accomplished so much in this league. How have you been able to sustain it for so long?
You know, it's only a select few. It's not many who make it to this point, and I would never take the game for granted. That's why I try to give everything I can till I can't give no more. And I've been around some great players, great coaches, great organizations, and for me to have this opportunity right here means a lot, and I'm very humble.
Well, you're a sponge for knowledge, and you have a great work ethic, and it's been fun to watch. Thanks, LeBron.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. And let's reveal our player of the game, LeBron James.